10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
Did you ever feel so bad inside?
Hello dear world, my name is Matt Taylor and I am 8 years old, and when I grow up I want to be a YouTuber. Hello dear friends, and welcome to another MattTaylorTV chat show. Who have we in the house? Welcome everyone to the late night grooves, the late night smooths. Yes, you're welcome one and all. You're welcome to share your time with me, because you're all my bitches. I've decided you're all my bitches. It's the let me. I've been working on it today with my trusted AI. Here we go. It's essentially it's the Matt Taylor Harem part sequel. Sorry, I'm going away there, aren't I? Just drifting away into space. Yes, it's the Matt Taylor TV Harem sequel. Men only this time. A bold satirical flip that turns my frenemies into unwilling members of my own entourage. Classic disturbing comedy where I reclaim the narrative by crowning my trolls as my bitches. Affectionately, of course. Yeah, so that's the new project I'm working on. Oh, hello Lenny. Lenny, mate. Lenny, I hope you feel okay about the levels, the sound levels, because I've got some banging beats in the background, like. And I've got the, I don't think I've got anything else open. I'll just check. No. I think it's just my microphone, which is good. Matt, hey Matt, have you gone live? Cause Hulk Hogan died. No. Funny enough, no. No, I haven't.
With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can listen to your music.
No.
Play a song and repeat. An album from start to finish.
Sound levels, I could hear a grandfather clock, that's all.
New customers get 30 days to try it free. Then pay as little as £5.
So that means the volume's good.
To get started, just say Alexa, try Amazon Music.
Oh, we've got to get through this Alexa advert. Quite annoying, really. So, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't really want to talk about Hulk Hogan. Hot on the heels of Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, one of the main things on my mind is the craziness of America. How, what's all this about? Obama sabotage a presidency. Let's not get our knickers in a twist here. America is far from the good guys. We all know that. Lenny says, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. What are the chances of that in the same week? Well, Lenny, things like these happen are free, bud. So it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest that someone else will be going tomorrow. Yeah. You know what they say, they come in threes. Matt, you've been radio silent for about 2 weeks, son. Well, I've just come back from a lovely few days with the magical and imaginary girlfriend, Lenny. And, you know, I was out walking the dog. And I was thinking, when I'm with my girlfriend, I'm in such a little bubble, Lenny. You know what I mean? I'm in such a loving little bubble. I did actually, you know, I did feel a bit like, oh, fuck, dreadful. I felt a bit dreading of having to come back into my life. You know, I'm more than happy to swap it all and just hang out with my girlfriend now. And my son, of course. And my son. And my daughter. I'm going to the concert with Lizzie on Sunday. It's going to be so cool. I'm looking forward to watching Razorlight as well. Yeah. Yes, they did. So there already has been a free, hasn't there? Of course, Lenny. Yeah. Matt, your 8 o'clock show is gone. So I know it was a tight schedule, Lenny, about the 8 o'clock show. But, you know, God willing, so I may bring it back. But it's Lenny. It's when the police get involved, you know. When it's when people start involved with the police, it just gets a bit, you know, silly. And you know, I do suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Having the police keep arrest me, and all I want to do is just, you know, just put a smile on Lenny's face without, you know, getting down on my knees. Is that too much to ask for? You know what I mean? I don't know, Johnny Beryl. Am I meant to know Johnny Beryl? Boom, 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 boom. Do you want to see my I don't know who Johnny Beryl is. No, I do a lot of stuff that I daren't put out in my audience in case someone just can't handle it, man. You know what I mean? That's what a pussy I am. That's what a pussy I am, I'll tell you. Funny, isn't it? Well, it's not really, though. I don't think so, anyway. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not doing anything here. Matt is fine. Isn't he the geezer who sings? Forget about that. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, America. What on earth is going on in America, man? Crazy shit going on. Theo from the Crosby Show. Malcolm Jamel Warner. I know it's, you know. And that's, I heard it somewhere, right? It said, tomorrow cannot be guaranteed. I heard that a few days ago. Tomorrow cannot be guaranteed. Can you believe it, eh? I better do a little like text thing along the bottom of the screen. Yeah, so Matt Taylor TV 11 o'clock show Thursday 24th July 2025. Select the font. I do like a bit of special, like that hand, like the typewriter. Oh. Hang on. Let's just do Georgia. Okay. No, we don't need it that big. Let's do that. Okay. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, so Matt's what happened in America that's keeping you awake, son? That place was always a basket case, you didn't notice? Yeah, I mean, quite right, it's like they're the only place who kill their presidents. You know, we had that most recently with Trump. They're the only country who mass kills people in weapons of mass destruction. And the fact that their politics is in such disarray. Questions about stolen elections, dossiers, fake Russian intelligence, all compounded on the fact that all this is linked around this one Epstein case, which could be the case that blows open into the whole satanic paedophile element of the conversation that not many people want to talk about. That's, you know. And of course, we know that America rules the world, which is quite scary. And then of course you bring in Obama. Anyway, Obama's still wearing mum's jeans. Never understood the appeal of this guy, except he wasn't Bush Jr. Well, of course, yeah, the appeal was that he was a black man, wasn't he? That's the appeal. And so, I mean, what are the possibilities of seeing Obama and his minions all arrested and thrown into jail? I mean, that would be quite spectacular. Hello, new viewers. Please come in. Feel welcome. Feel welcome. Don't be shy. Jump in and say hi. I'm your host, Matt Taylor. I expect you've heard a load of shit about me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all lies, mate. It's all lies. Lenny says, you're saying his Trump card was a skin colour. How ridiculous. Yeah, Obama's, yeah. His Trump card was, I'm going to be the first black president. Surely. It's a novelty thing, isn't it? Oh look, we can show the world how woke we are. We'll vote for a black president. It was a first. Everybody wants to be involved with a first. But yet there hasn't, we don't know what first there hasn't been yet. There hasn't been a first American female president. Yeah, I think I'll stand by, well, not so much stand by it, but I think there's a good argument to say Obama used this colour as his Trump card, defo. Jesse Jackson ran in the 1980s, but got nowhere. There you go. He wasn't woke. I bet you thought. I mean, I vaguely remember Jesse Jackson. And I'm sure he wasn't. He was not woke in the slightest. Oh, I tried to listen to some Iron Maiden today, and I couldn't. I had to turn it off and listen to Roger Kennedy or Kenny Rogers instead. Thoughts on Cadence Owens. Macron's bird is suing her for calling her a man. I know, fascinating, isn't it? I haven't got much thoughts on it really, no. But wasn't there something already in the court in which 2 journalists were sued and they won and she lost? I think you may find Candace Owens will win that. Yeah. She'll most probably win it, mate. I'm just going to adjust the text. So, I mean, yeah, American politics, I mean, and it really could be opening of the floodgates. I mean, I think it's well known that I'm a fantasist, and I often fantasize about us joining the Intergalactic Federation of Interplanetary Planets, something like that anyway. Matt's fought on his hotel in Epping let's become the flashpoint for anti-migrants. Were the police heavy-handed against the protesters? Oh, look, you know, it's a fantastic question, Lenny, but it's really revealing something of me because I skimmed past it. I know, I don't know what it says about me, but I really don't want to get involved with these immigrants. Of course, it's a reflection of frustration in society by the patriots. That's such a flooding, such an influx of you know, combat ready aged men are coming into our country. So I think it's a sign of frustration for a start. But also it's a signal that too many have come in to the extent now that civil you know, I can't even speak. Unrest. Civil unrest is on the streets now. Could be nothing more than civil war coming about between the woke and not woke. Not trying to put you on the spot. No, it's alright. It's alright. But do you know what was frustrating about that, Lenny? I got pulled in by the Prevent because all these trolls cloned me and started making out I was posting messages of we've got to shoot all the dinghies coming into the country. You know, and that's pretty nasty, that is, man. Someone, you know, one of them on their side creating a fake Matt Taylor and putting out those kind of messages, you know. It got so bad I got pulled in for it, which I'm fucking not particularly happy about. You know what I mean? No, but I think it's something I really want to delve in deeper with, this, just the state of the American politics, and it could be something amazingly big is about to happen. You know, the complete collapse of the deep state. And then we'll finally get to that position in which would the conspiracy theories be proved correct. Then he says, Matt, were you a fan of Ozzy Osbourne's? His music isn't everyone's bag. No, I mean, like I said, Lenny, I tried to listen to Iron Maiden today. Okay? And I just couldn't get through a song. I had to stop and put Kenny Rogers on. You know, there's a bit of a kind of like a conspiracy theory in with me because he kind of like sanitized satanic worship, didn't he? He kind of like mainstreamed satanic worship and kind of like sold it as art, as artistic license. You know, and that's a snidey way that Satanism could creep into the mainstream, namely it being used in the music industry. I'm coming to realise it's a dodgy fucking world out there, man. Dodgy as fuck. Where anything and everything happens. Sometimes the celebrity dies, people fawn over them, but never brought one of their albums. Yes, it's all false. Quite right. I mean, to be fair, I've never bought any of their stuff. I got a good CD, Lenny, of alternate songs by Meatloaf and Bonnie Tyler. And of course, Bonnie Tyler and Meatloaf got all their not all their music, but Jim Steinman used to write for them. So it's great. There's some songs I wasn't really familiar with that were written by Jim for Bonnie Tyler. Of course, I was pretty familiar with all the songs Meatloaf sang. We're definitely getting clowned, or we're definitely getting clowned by the fake news, corporate media. Well, that's something we can both agree on. Meatloaf was known for being a hit and miss as a live act. Yeah, a bit temperamental, wasn't he? I saw him on one of those kind of like reality shows, and he lost his cool in one of them. He lost his cool. Yeah, MattTaylorTV. So ultimately, and I'm hearing Trump say this himself, look what they did to me. Look what they tried to do to me. And I think he's in that mindset. He's like, mate, gloves are off. You tried to do this to me, so I'm going to do it back to you. And I'm going to make sure it sticks. Because ultimately, nothing stuck on Trump. Except, a jazzed up conviction. Yeah, Gary Bust stole his paintbrushes. Alright. Oh yes, you got it. Well done. Shall we still... That's brilliant. Shall we see if we can find it, Lenny? Let's see if we can find it and see if we can play it. So, yes. I done an article about... One of those articles got printed in the Sussex News. I know. So what we're looking for? We're looking for Gary Busty. Gary Busty. That's a. Let me just. Gary Busy. Steals meatloafs. Knives. Is it? What were the spoons or paintbrushes? Yes. My memory's getting really bad. Alzheimer's coming on, maybe. Oh yeah, here we go. Shall we watch it? Shall we watch it? President Trump. Oh, this was part of the Trump thing. Watch this, okay?
For you. Work smart instead of hard. Oh. You're kidding. We got our supplies and head to our workspace, which is going to be a lot of fun because these guys are amped up and wanting to make some crazy art, and I know it's going to get messy and fun.
Okay, these are other people's bags. Where's my paint? My paint's not here. I had a whole bag of markers.
So you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
That ain't good, dude. You sure all that is actually Gary's?
No. Gary, did you buy this paint right here?
Yeah. Why?
It's gotta be around here. There's another bag.
This is my stencils and all a bunch of the crap I bought right in here. I put a JR on this bag, so this is me. Here's another bag over here, but I think this is me as well.
I tied my bags together. I know mine is mine.
I don't see another bag over here.
Okay!
Oh, he's going ballistic.
Mother!
What's up?
I bought those mother sponges! Part of that Hey.
No.
That was all mine in my basket.
Oh, mother!
No, I have the
Hold on, guys.
receipt.
Hold on.
You don't want to make you get it. You don't want to start with me.
Meat, don't do it. Don't do it.
Mother, you do not want to with me. You look in my eyes. I am the last person in the world you ever want to with. You understand me? You mother, you look at me all that. You'll be in the hospital in about 4 minutes.
Meat. Look,
Take him out of here. Take him out of here.
Come on, Gary.
Take him out of here.
This is mine.
come on, Gary.
It is not yours, you piece of.
Don't engage it. Don't engage.
Calm down.
Don't engage.
Cool. Let's just get your stuff. You're fine. You're good, brother. You're good. What's yours, Meat? What's yours? It's all right. It's all right. Oh my God. The task went away. This became serious. I have to stop Meatloaf from ripping Gary Busey's head off. Literally. But if Gary decides he doesn't want to play within the rules, this is going to get...
Yeah, man, that was pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy stuff. But in general, what on earth is going on? What on earth is going on with American politics? Are we about to see the arrest of Obama? Poor Meatloaf, dead now. Of course, you know, he may be in a better place. He may be in a better place. Do you want to see my YouTube channel? That's how many? Oh God. I'll show you my YouTube channel, okay? There we go. I need 4 more. There we go.
Hey,
Perfect.
hotels.com here.
Hey, who's hotels.com here?
We know a hotel that's ready to unwind this weekend. Book hotels and spas in the hotels.com app. Find your perfect somewhere.
Are you a frequent gamer, a hardcore streamer, or just leveling up in your spare moments? Whether you play on PC, console,
Nice.
or mobile, come to the Amazon Gaming Store to explore the latest gaming products and events. From hardware to accessories to video
Yes,
games,
thanks. So over to Lenny.
suitable for all
Meatloaf went mad.
for the gamer in your life.
But was this a made-for-TV thing? No, definitely not. Surely not. Doubt it very much, anyway. Doubt it very much, mate. Like they need someone to have a fit to sell the show. Although Gary Busey is probably qualified as insane as Meatloaf. As is Meatloaf. Oh, God. Let's just... Alexa, stop. Oh, a bit of peace and quiet. Bit of peace and quiet. I haven't had peace and quiet for days, but you know. Oh, is that? Oh, bear with me. Getting my bits in a bit. How is everyone? Dim it. We can dim it, can't we? And we can change. Let's change it to red, shall we? So, how is everyone? The Osborne. Let's get this chat popped out, I say, so I can see it better. Yes, indeed. Oh, thanks ever so much, Lenny, for commenting. It's been pretty dire if we never had the support of Lenny. So thanks ever so much, Lenny. That Osborne reality TV show was mostly scripted. Utter rubbish. Well, it wasn't really the first of its kind, though, wasn't it? And wasn't there the oldest daughter who was never on screen? And of course, there's a lot of people out there, and I don't know his name, but he's similar in his thinking as Chris Spivey. He's making out Osborne was a fictional character, like created in the 60s, along with a load of host of other fictional characters to play roles that were obviously thought out of in lifetimes. Because if all these conspiracy theories are correct, it would mean there's some writers who pretty much write the history of humanity, as they go along. They write the history of humanity to their blueprint, so to speak. It's crazy, crazy. But American politics, I mean, come on, where's this going? I think it's going all the way to to a lot of the Obamas, possibly everyone who's committed crimes against children are going to get found out and made to pay. You know what I mean? And it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. It's only that now. And look, I'm just gonna get a top up on my drink, okay? So I'll just let you play with a promotional video, and I'll be back momentarily. Well, that's just it, Lenny. I'm open to the possibility I'm open to the possibility that yes, they could be faked. Yes, they could be faked. Because I think there's a lot of stuff that's been faked, which is the motivating factor that drives me to make the world a better place, quite frankly. You know, we're plummeting to the depths of hell, or we're soaring to the heights of the ceiling to smash through. But as a, you know, conspiracy theorist, I think we may be coming to a conclusion. Big hello to Brian. Good to see you. But Ringo did voiceovers. He was talented, yes. Well, yeah. Most notably, of course, was Thomas the Tank Engine, wasn't it? Good to have Brian in the house. Hi, Brian. We've got Brian and Lenny in the house. Brian and Lenny in the chat room. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi. Join the family. You know, as I always say, YouTube is just a fancy chat room. So, you know, take advantage of it. Take advantage of this free space. I mean, what I'd love to see is 6 people communicating in the chat. But sadly, through dynamics and practicalities, that's best explained elsewhere. The pipe dream of having 6 concurrent people speaking in the chat will remain just that, a pipe dream. Ringo wasn't talented, in fairness, compared to the other 3. Stop trolling now. Oh, come on, that's not nice. Lenny, do you know Ringo went through a lot of self-doubt through his life because of that? That became something that was plastered across the newspapers. So that ain't nice. You know, Ringo was talented at being the drummer in what is most probably the biggest and ever will be rock band in the history of mankind, the Beatles. Brian says Thomas and friends betrayed Mr. Conductor during the first seasons. Oh, the PS. Yes, thank you. Yes. Sean, there you go. Thomas and friends betrayed Mr. Conductor during the first season of the, very detailed there, Brian, PBS children's television series Shining Time Station. You do have to read this. I'm the one who has to read this. Yeah. Yes, Lenny. When Lenny says "Pet spare 4 for Pete Best," we all know what that was referred to, isn't it? The 5th Beatle. You know, he had his chance, but so I suppose instead of Pete Best, they went on to get George Harrison, who in itself was a very talented person. I mean, I personally think all musicians are very talented because it's a talent, it's a skill I'm not proficient at, and so I'm always very impressed with people who have got skills that I'm not proficient at. Tomic the Tangent was huge and he did it so well. I mean, so at the moment we've got Paul and Ringo left. Of course, we all know what happened to John Lennon. Lenny, if anyone isn't familiar with what happened to John Lennon, please refer with Lenny in the chat. and he'll give you an update. Matt, you ignored my question on BHTV returning asking Harry to call in. I don't think I did ignore it. I said I'd done an article on it. But yeah, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure we've discussed this. I've discussed what would the chances be? What would the chances be of Harry calling into Brian Harvey? You know, it's I like to think I did my bit by getting a news article in the national press. But no, I mean, it's just complete crazy, isn't it? Poor Brian. If only someone could help him, you know, well, really, Harry. I think Harry is the only one who could help him. Harry is the only one who can like demonstrate to the country that Brian Harvey's phone hacking and subsequent thereafter, which pretty much resulted in him in a hospital bed. I mean, we're all familiar with what Brian Harvey's gone through, and I think he's got every right to push for his story to be heard. And you know, and it is fascinating because he did make national headlines when Harry last was in London and Brian Harvey got down there outside the courts, yelled and screamed. And it's only right and proper. Well, yes, David Sherborne. Always an issue there while the controversy continues, right? That remind me of David Sherborne. Where we are. Was he the campaigner? Yeah. Is David Sherborne the campaigner who sat outside Parliament? I'm sorry, you have to forgive me. You have to remind me who this David Sherborne was. Oh, so Alexa. Oh yeah, so I turned Alexa off tonight. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. It's quiet out tonight. Not a tweak, not a peak, not a whistle, not a whimper. But as a oh, here we go. I was just going to talk about America. What's your position on David Icke? Skilled con man. No, I see him as a family man. I personally can't judge a man on his kids, and he's got loyal kids. I don't think for a second. Well, you know, I don't know. Yeah, well, I think he's legit. I think he's legit, unless he's controlled opposition and has been in it all along. You know, I'm open to anything, but I mean, I take people as face value. Though David Sherborne did not speak in court. Oh yes, David Sherborne. I realise now. Wasn't he the barrister for Harry and Brian? Why was he there then? He represented apparent people who were called stars. Well, there you go, Brian. Yeah. No, Brian Harvey, I mean, he's going to get his story out. I think he's done a great job. And of course, what he had to say about Bill Maloney and the baloney that they were trying to push on Brian Harvey, I think that's totally legit. You know, and Bill Maloney has never really addressed that, has he? Because if ever that was a setup, that was a setup. So yeah, I mean, I think Brian Harvey has proved himself to be a star. Of course he is. Of course he is. No, I mean, I'm so convinced I'm raising my voice to the higher decibels, if you know what I mean. Regardless of our thoughts on it, the facts stand for themselves. Well, you know, facts. There is no truth, only facts and lies. But luckily we got Lenny to open our eyes. Hey, it all rhymes, doesn't it? Yes, regardless of our thoughts on it, the facts stand for themselves. Still people there, though. Listen, you know, I say to my son, I say, son, don't put me on a pedestal. You know, I'm a flawed man. We all are. We're all flawed human beings. You know, I say, I'm not a superhero, son. Stars, stars. I mean, what's all this about? There's some bird on... Sorry, I take that back. There's some young lady on TikTok claiming to be Nicole Kidman's daughter. Something about she had to live in the floorboards. I'm not laughing. Something about she had to live in the floorboards, and Nicole Kidman had a whole array of wigs, and there was a ladder, and the ladder was once a person. I mean, making out that Nicole Kidman is a witch or something. Let's totally do that, eh? And that's what I'm really like here to. I want to talk about really and make is the state of American politics and the likelihood that the lid is going to be totally blown off, and a truth that's been hidden from humanity for the last couple of millennia is going to be revealed. Oh, here we go. Matt isn't a superhero, he's just got big boobs. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Very good. So look, we've got Lenny, Brian and Justin. Half, 50-50. Bravest of the brave. One stop is all it took, and we can one way is all it means, and we can say hello Brian, hello Lenny's son. Very good. I mean, I could play you a little song. Shall I play you a little song? Hey, let's play you a little song. What's this? What's this from Lenny? What's this from Lenny? Let's be honest, Matt, says Lenny. Celebrity culture is a distraction for the people. Straight off, I agree with you. People are getting starved to death in Gaza right now. And Ozzy Osbourne death gets more attention. Sad world. Absolutely, man. You know, and this distraction is planned out apparently in lifetimes. It says, and I'm open it to be a completely manufactured world, and we're just the cattle, and we're just in cages, but we just don't see it. It's like a matrix. It's a matrix of our own minds. You know what I mean? And I honestly think we're a prison planet. Justin says Gaza. Didn't he go to hospital the other day, Lenny's son? Ozzy Osbourne did well to make it to 76, says Lenny. He could have croaked it in his 70s or 80s. I've seen the photos of him. He looks awful. Well, yeah, I still can't believe bloody Keith Richards is still going. Yeah, I'll raise a glass to Keith Richards. Good. I can respect the artist's side of music as it's a creation. Well, okay, so I mean, what the different side is saying is that all this music put out. I mean, at some point they're saying Black Sabbath as a band would have had to have said, right, we'll put out the music you want us to put out. and the subliminal message you want us to put in it. And I will accept the label, the Prince of Darkness. You know, I'll turn Satanism into a artistic license and introduce it through the back end, i.e. music, to the masses. Yes, the 70s show were glum at times, says Brian, but is it like today? It's new to those who have never seen it, yes. Gaza came out of hospital. Gaza. Sorry, Gaza came out of hospital. And he's back home now, yes. Hopefully he stays off the booze. Well, what's the likelihood? Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, is there as much likelihood that Gaza will stay off the booze as there is that Prince Harry will contact Brian Harvey? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's I think that's quite big news. Controversial, Lenny's son, yes. Oh, Lenny says, all I said was Ringo was below band average as a drummer, and I'm not retracting it. Oh, well, I think that's bit unfriendly. I mean, I don't know jack shit about drumming. I mean, I don't know what Lenny's basing that on, but still, why can't we just be nice to Ringo? You know? Just be nice to Ringo, man. So, you know, perhaps Lenny will tell us who his favourite Beatle was. Because it certainly ain't fucking Ringo, is it? Barbara Batch, says Lenny. Barbara Batch is probably better on the drums. Yeah, fair dues. Barbara Batch. No, come on, look. Anyway, listen. Ringo made it the whole. I don't know why you're Ringo Starr bashing. Lenny, I've seen a different side of you, mate. I've seen a different side of you. Yes, but to be fair, the Beatles' music was not hard to drum. And Ringo was very young, so yeah, there you go. And you know, most of Beatles stuff was 3 chords. In fact, one of the first books I got was 3 chord, learn Beatles in 3 chords. Lenny's son, how about Animal from the Muppet Show? Pete Best was probably off. He wasn't sacked, but nice guy. Listen, I'm gonna have a little break, okay? I'll be back. You don't mind, dear? You don't mind? I'll be back in a sec, okay? I don't know how loud this is. You may have to turn down your volume, but here it goes.
MattTaylorTV. It's crazy, Zany, and always wacky. Tune in for the fun, stay for the surprise. Broadcasting live from bright sky. Hey, MattTaylorTV. It's crazy, Zany, and always wacky. Tune in for the fun, stay for the surprise. Broadcasting live from bright sky. Take a pinch of salt and a sniff of paprika. Get ready for a wild ride. It's a new kind of media. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi with the host with the most, Matt Taylor. Oh my! Take a pinch of salt and a sniff of paprika. Get ready for a wild ride. It's a new kind of media. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi with the host with the most, Matt Taylor. Oh my! Entertain and educate. He's got the knack for making you laugh, and that's a fact. From wacky stunts to crazy tales on MattTaylorTV, the fun never fails. Take a pinch of salt and a sniff of paprika. Get ready for a wild ride. It's a new kind of media. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi with the host with the most, Matt Taylor. Oh my! Every show's a blast, so have a ball with Matt Taylor. You'll love it all. From Brighton with love, it's the best you'll see. So hit subscribe, join the family. Take a pinch of salt and a sniff for paprika. Get ready for a wild ride. It's a new kind of media. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi with the host with the most, Matt Taylor. Oh my. Matt Taylor TV is the place to be for wacky, zany, and crazy glee. So don't be late, subscribe today. Matt Taylor TV is here to stay.
Come on in, the stream is fine. We've got videos that'll blow your mind. From caster claps and laughs to pranks. Dive right in, don't pull the brakes. It's a land of likes and comments free, where the banter flows like the open sea. But if you can't stand the heat, best move those feet. Cause welcome to the YouTube jungle, where the fun's in full swing and the words might bungle. It's wild and it's crazy, a digital spree. So hold on tight and just let it be. Creators crafting day and night, gaming, cooking, showing their might. From makeup tips to DIY, find your niche and don't be shy. Join the chatter, join the fun. Every click's a chance for everyone, but if your skin's too thin, you might not win. So welcome to the YouTube jungle, where the fun's in full swing and the words might bungle. It's wild and it is crazy, a digital spree. So hold on tight and just let it be. Creative join the chatter, join the fun. Every click's a chance for everyone. But if your skin's too thin, you might not win. So welcome to the YouTube jungle, where the fun's in full swing and the words might bungle. It's wild and it's crazy, a digital spree. So hold on tight and just let it be. Yeah, welcome to the YouTube jungle. It's a wild ride, let it make you crumble. Laugh and learn, share and see. In the YouTube jungle, you're wild and free. Creators crested Narnia, you'll find your place. A realm of creativity and crazy pace. So don't be afraid, just take the leap. In the YouTube jungle, we all dig deep. Drama channels, reaction kings. Call culture's just one of the things. But remember why you're here. It's clear for the fun and cheer. So we all dig deep. Yeah, welcome to the YouTube jungle. It's a wild ride, don't let it make you crumble. Laugh and learn, share and see. In the YouTube jungle, you're wild and free. You're wild and free. Now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Matt Taylor TV. It's just gone the witching hour. We're no longer present on Thursday the 24th. No. That's yesterday. Today is a new day. It's Friday the 25th of July, 2025. Welcome everyone. You're watching Matt Taylor TV. How the devil are you? It's good to have your company. Thank you for coming. Thank you for commenting. You know, it's really makes you think. Are we on the crest of something pretty amazing? You know, is the greatest scandal in modern day history about to break? You know, is the veil of secrecy about to be lifted? And is it all centered around Epstein? Is it from Epstein that we're led to the genetic engineering, the baby farming, satanic element, the paedophilia, that goes at the heart of high society. I mean, this is something we've been exposing for the last decade. And perhaps, just perhaps, what's happening now in America is the catalyst for all that hard work to pay off. Over to the chat. Brian PC says, I need a new keyboard, as this one has probably only got 1 million keystrokes left on it. Only 1 million. Matt, you apologise for using the word bird, yet call this live stream my bitches. Yeah, it's men only. It's men only, Lenny. I'm calling my bitches, my men. Is that misogynistic? If I call my men bitches? I don't think so. And I think it opens up an interesting onion of different layers to the satirical joke. Matt Taylor's Harem, the sequel. Men only. Oh, blind. Oh, so something's happening now and I'm not aware of it. Shit. Fascinating. I've never watched Brian Hurl at length or Jake. Alright. No, I mean, on Taffy's Live. Oh, right. Okay, on Taffy's Live. Yeah, shit, I'm missing it. No idea who Jake is, says Brian. Or Taffy. Oh, Matt, this August. Lenny says, Matt, this August. It's 40 years since Jeremy Bamber did the White House farm murders, or was he framed? We may never know. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hey? What are you like, Lenny? Welcome everyone. Late night chat. We're missing Taffy live. Taffy's having a right interesting chat with Jake. No, but I do find Jake in conversation with Kaylee brilliant. I think that's what YouTube is all about. And you know, I totally condemn all those people out there who feel as if we all have to believe what they believe. I think that's pretty immoral, quite frankly. Brian says, me section, no way. I've too much to do. Lenny says, Matt, I'm only saying 40 years. Imagine doing 40 years of Bird. And he didn't do it. Oh, God. Tragic. But come on, Lenny. You know, someone did it. Lenny, someone did it. And it wasn't the Bird. And it wasn't the sister. Okay? Someone did it. And remember, one of the most conclusive evidence was that she couldn't literally reach the trigger. So I think you may find if there was an investigation with Jeremy Bamber as the prime suspect, they would have got the evidence a lot sooner. A lot sooner, Lenny. Okay? Okay, Lenny? That's just my opinion anyway, of course. Opinions, everyone's got one. And it's good, rightly so. And everyone's belief should be respected. Freedom of religion, freedom of thought. It's integral to being a human. You know, what I think is sovereign to me. Okay? And you can't look into my head. And you can't stop me thinking what I'm thinking in my head. It's physically impossible. And because of that impossibility, I'm going to make sure I keep it dear to me. Brian's off. Been nice catching up with you guys, though. Yes, absolutely. Yes, thanks, Brian. I mean, I was thinking we've all been in this particular audience for a good decade now. It's been years. Oh yes, and thank you, Brian. Of course, I've got to get back. HJ just blocked me on Taffy's. Oh God, miserable. I know. I mean, the amount of times I've been blocked by HJ, it's just like, it isn't worth it. It's not worth it because, anyway, it don't matter. It don't matter. We're all going to die. We're all going to die one day. Sheila wouldn't reach the trigger. So how did she shoot herself? Was one of the defence challenges on the conviction. Alright. Be well, says Brian. Stay strong in this ever-changing world. And don't let it get you down. Thanks for the saying, Brian. Okay. No odd feelings. No odd feelings about the Beatles, Brian. See, we're a happy family here. I'm still here, says Brian. We need more people jumping in. Because at the moment, we've got Lenny, Brian, and Justin. And, you know, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you ever so much for taking the time. But listen, we need more people to jump in. So what I always say to my audience is, don't be shy. Jump in and say hi. Be brave and take the plunge onto MattTaylorTV. You won't regret it. Put it that way. Back in a moment. I just want to... Back in a moment.
Did you ever feel so bad inside?
Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yellow Submarine, what a great song. The Beatles are ace. Hey, wouldn't it be crazy if all songs after since the 60s are all like advanced AI? Because it wouldn't, you wouldn't be surprised before the public got AI, it would have been exploited and wringed dry by the private. Matt, Bamber killed 5 people for a farmhouse. Very creepy case. A crime of profit. But how can you say that with certainty? Because Bamber hasn't admitted to it, so we don't know what the motive was. I mean, I'm just arguing, okay, for the sake of arguing. Bit of banter, Lenny. That profit was second to just get an evil kick out of fulfilling a dark fantasy from a childhood. To kill a whole family. And I'm sure lots of people have that. No, let me say it. It reminds me of a book my daughter read while she was growing up as a teenager. The book's title was How to Kill Your Family, or How to Kill Your Whole Family. So sweet. Lenny's son, Bamber Gascoigne. Yes. Brian said, I think from my observation of folks that many people go through a Beatles period. Wasn't there a fantastic movie? Don't ask me to remind you of the names of the actors or even the name of the movie, but I'm sure someone in the audience will get what I'm getting at. That movie in which the world forgets who the Beatles are, and it's this guy who recreates this, the songs of the Beatles. Good film. I love the actors. Good, nice to see the chat room going. Oh, good. Let's keep the flow going, people. Let's have new people in the chat, please. Come on, it's all very well lurking, but what's the fun in lurking? I mean, what is the fun of that? I mean, what are you achieving? You're achieving nothing. Let's take advantage of the digital space that's open to us tonight and jump in and make yourself known. Okay? You've got nothing to be scared about. This is a safe space, and you've got lovely people in the chat. You've got Brian PC, sponsor of the show. He's done a lot for the show and continues to do so. You know, I'm eternally grateful. And it's not just me he's helped out. Brian has helped out, if not thousands of other people over the years. He's been doing it. And a lot of people know Brian. I mean, he's an ace moderator in a lot of channels. And I think that's actually an illustration of how much credibility my channel has got, and one reason why you should subscribe actually is that I've got supporters, sponsors such as Brian PC, a well-known moderator across channels, of very successful channels, hasten to add. And also on the back of Brian PC I've got Lenny. Lenny is a top-notch contributor. Not only does Lenny contribute, he also goes live. And that's something a majority of people don't do. Even Brian doesn't go live, but Lenny does. And it's been an absolute roaring success. He's smashing it, Lenny is. Lenny's smashing it. He's like the Ringo of the Beatles, if you know what I mean. Like, just really talented, really successful, and just really good at what he does. Lenny son, I want to be your man, yes. And of course then we've got Justin. He's not a snitch, he's a whistleblower. And of course, remember, if it wasn't for Justin, we'll still be believing all kinds of stuff that weren't true. Okay, so for me personally, not only Justin is someone I've met in the flesh, shook his hand, look him in the eyes, he's actually a good friend and someone who's a truth seeker. So, you know, and it just goes to show what an interacting story we've all had. We've all been involved in each other's business for what could possibly argued for us a decade now. It's absolutely crazy. Brian says, I try to help folks. You do help folks. But I do take some stick for it. Yes, I know. But it's water off a duck's back. I expect, you know, maybe in hindsight, I wouldn't have told anyone that Brian was helping me, sponsoring the show. Because he's been absolutely slaughtered for, like, you know, I'm not even going to repeat the slurs that have been made against him. But, you know, every mature person out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. Lenny says, I say what I think, and it's always rubbish. There's codswallop. At least you're smiling about it, mate. Look, everything we say gets chewed and spat out the wrong way, isn't it? It's not just you, mate. Justin says, Lenny son, I actually think it was their second hit. They covered a Chuck Berry song for their first, right? I want to be your man. Is this really a Stone song? Go away. Listen, men only in my harem, okay? And it's good to be my bitches. It's good to be my bitches. Right? That's every man's dream. To be my bitch. And so, you know, you should thank your lucky stars. Thank your lucky stars. Matt Taylor Harem is open. You lucky men. And all you have to do is just kneel down before me. Okay? Be my bitches. Matt, any news on Shazza G and her mate? Hello, me lovelies. Thanks for asking, Lenny. Lenny asks, any news on Shazza G and her mate? Hello, me lovelies. I know there isn't. And again, a bit of a letdown. It's as if Sharon Gale's right back on that fat lass who's currently in Syria, apparently. I haven't heard Sharon Gale mention a thing. Shazza. Thanks for asking, Lenny. Lenny's son, the Beatles, wrote it and gave it to the Stones. Oh, how wonderful. That's a bit of a crossover. And that's good. That answers a question I've never actually asked. The question that I've never asked, have the Beatles ever written a song and given it to their Stones? Apparently, yes. There has been a song that the Beatles wrote and gave to the Stones. I Want to Be Your Man. I know it well, or do I? I don't know. It's late. We're coming into the first half hour. It was about this time Spain won. Spain scored a goal, or maybe a few minutes later. And of course it was around this time that England scored a penalty on a rebound. Oh, it's lovely. Thanks ever so much, everyone, for joining me. It's really nice to have your company. Hello, my lovelies, was gassing up knee crap, and Shaz was apologetic as normal. Back in the 60s, a lot of the bands gave each other songs, different times. Yeah, very nice. I didn't know that. Fascinating. So back in the 60s, a lot of bands gave each other songs. Yeah, how cool. I mean, there was some... The Stones hired out a property in France to do some songwriting. But of course, most of the time they were just on drugs. And so what they used to do to get the lyrics for songs was to put words on cards and just jumble all the cards together and just throw things in, and pick up a card when they needed something to fill in a word on their lyrics. You know what I mean? It's quite crazy. Fat lass in Syria. Is that politically correct, man? Definitely close to the borderline. Oh, fuck off, Lenny, you prick. There's Lenny reminding me of my political correctness. Bloody Ada. Fucking hell. Matt, we should have taken up Shazza's invitation to meet her in Portsmouth. It would have been amazing. Yeah. In hindsight, yeah. Yes, we should have. It was only a train journey as well, wasn't it? Oh, well, we live and learn. But yeah, we should have. Lenny has given a fat beat politically correct, yeah. Mick Jagger is known for being a tightwad, but the industry is infamous for getting ripped off by wrong-uns, yeah. I mean, what I imagine would piss off people who are earning the amount Mick Jagger earns is the amount of tax. I mean, post-revolution, get that fucking income tax away from me. Don't you dare take anything of my monthly earning, thank you very much. I think that needs to get sorted out pretty quickish. Because that ain't right. No way. That ain't right, mate. Thanks for bringing up Jeanette Archer. Because ultimately she has actually said that she's witnessed the Queen and Philip change into reptilian aliens and abuse her. I mean, talk about Cod's wallet. That is such an amazing claim. I really want to get my teeth into it and gnaw it as a dog would gnaw a bone. And actually scrape my teeth down that claim that she witnessed the Queen change into a reptilian alien. And so what I say to you is that if you want Jeanette Archer to explain herself further on that, simply email Jeanette Archer and ask her to come on to MattTaylorTV. and we can discuss it further. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Friday the 25th of 2025. Thank you ever so much for everyone for joining me. At the moment, only Brian, Lenny and Justin are engaging in the chat. That's half a pie, please, waitress. That's 50% of people watching now. So I'd like to put out this irregular announcement. Don't be shy. Jump in and say hi. Be brave and take the plunge onto MattTaylorTV. Over to Lenny, who says, is the guy who owns the Witherspoons another anti-Brexit, or was he pro-Brexit? So he was pro-Brexit. Yes. I do think the Witherspoons owner was pro-Brexit. I really wish this was a game show in which you stake an amount of money that, yes, it's like poker, isn't it? Or I don't know, maybe not like poker, but you stake money on the thing that, yes, I reckon that bloke who owns Witherspoons is pro-exit, so he wanted to leave exit. That's what pro-exit means, isn't it? Brexit, Britain breaking from Europe, Brexit, let's just carry on. Lenny says, Convid, Shazza, as in Shazza, not Gaza, we're talking about Shazza. Shazza has no filter, of course she is. I wouldn't want to be in her sniper's lens sights, right? Brian says he was knighted, if I recall well. No, really? Wow. How much would Brian put down on his claim that that bloke who owns Witherspoons was knighted? Then he says, I couldn't remember. Bob Geldof was staunch anti-Brexit because he had non-demon tax status. Yes, I bet. Oh, that was, yeah, remind me what I was talking about. I mean, yeah, all the tax getting given to the government. Wrong, man. You know, I mean, yeah, there will be some, like, there'll be something that is asked of the public, okay? There's always something asked from the public. A contribution. A charge. You know, as Trump goes on, a tariff. I mean, there can be a system tweaked in which you just charged for everything and no one gets taxed. But we get it off you anyway. They're always going to get it off. But for example, we shouldn't be paying for water, electricity, power. So just imagine all those bills disappeared. Because, you know, we could well be on to something pretty spectacular. The next couple of weeks will tell. The next couple of months, the end 2025 will tell whether we're going to hell or not. Lenny says, Matt, are you anti-monarchy, as was Sean Connery? Ironically, for playing a character so quintessentially British. Conflating you with Sean Connery is a stretch, though, Matt. You'd admit, absolutely. Absolutely, Lenny. And I actually am a monarchist, but not a reptilian monarchy. You know, I'm a king's man. I'm a monarchist, but I don't want reptilians on the British throne. I'd rather have John Manoa over. You know, he's got a claim down. I mean, back in the day when I started on this, there were like dozens of claims, and John Manoa was one of them. Brian says, years ago, you could get a nice pint in Witherspoons, but now I don't go there as I don't drink anymore. Been decades since I was having a pint. The closest thing to, says Lenny, I'll come back to that for a moment, Brian, and tell you what I've been up to lately. Lenny says, the closest thing to a real life Sean Connery in YouTube is arguably Ian Puddock. That's very funny. But yeah, so I've been going down to the Witherspoons with Lizzie. That's her kind of like chosen pub. And we've been having this blood orange cider, very nice. And 2 of them cost what 1 pint would cost in another pub. So I'm all for it. Lizzie's comfortable with it. We usually go meet up once in a blue moon, have 3 pints, and then go and have a gyros or gyros. And I like what Lenny said here. The closest thing to real life Sean Connery in the YouTube sphere is arguably Ian Puddock. Well, I don't think anyone's going to argue with that, Lenny. Listen, don't be shy. Jump on in and say hi. At the moment, we've got Brian, PC, Lenny, and Justin. Justin, you'll see with that devilishly good-looking Jack Nicholson look-alike in his profile, out of the shower, just flashing his bits. Yes, it's only YouTube, Justin. Lenny, and Brian. Thanks ever so much, everyone, for commenting. But I have noticed there's a lot more people who aren't commenting, and in the YouTube sphere, as Lenny refers to, you're called a lurker. Now, really, do you want to be a lurker, or do you want to be someone who's brave, who's mighty? So jump on in and say hi. Don't be shy. And it's better when we have a bit of engagement. And as you can see, we're doing very well with Lenny, Brian, and Justin. But I'm sure I speak for myself. And anyway, we'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. We're just here to have a good time. And also talk about America. I mean, look, let's think. America's aren't the good guys. Not when you're going around murdering your political leaders, shooting your presidents in broad daylight. Fucking hell. Splashing that brains all across the world's psyche. I mean, that shouldn't have been allowed, man. That footage should never have been allowed to get out into the public. Sean Connery. Alright, yes. Very funny, very funny. Yeah, so Brian, my mum knew him. Small world, isn't it? My aunts and uncles knew him. I was too busy to give a shit when I was younger. Lenny says Ozzy Osbourne has had Parkinson's since 2003. He also had this really long word beginning with EM, emphysema. I do think I managed to say it. Emphysema. 76 was probably a good age for the life he lived, yes. I think the important bit there was the life he lived. Because he certainly abused it. He certainly burnt his candle from both ends, if you know what I mean. But listen, when you go around calling yourself the Prince of Darkness, you're not going to get any sympathy from me. And so for what? For 20 years plus, he was walking around with Parkinson, which couldn't have been nice. Progressively getting worse. You know what I mean? I think Sean Connery films were a bit old hat when I was younger. I liked the movie done with, come on, Alfie, you know, Michael Caine, something about the king, you know. It was all JCVD'd and Conan and the other action films. Alfie with Michael Caine, of course, and of course wasn't Alfie done again with Russell Brand? What the hell was that? I mean, I don't know how much money I'll put on that, but I think I'll put down 50 quid. Didn't Russell Brand do an Alfie? 50 quid. 50 quid on Russell Brand doing an Alfie. I hope that's right, otherwise I've lost 50 quid. You know what I mean? Otherwise I've lost 50 quid. Shit. Educating Rita. Julie Waters. Bob Hopkins. No. Julie Waters and another actor. It wasn't Bob Hopkins, wasn't it? Right. Yes, Connery's last great performance was The Rock in 1996. I watched the scene where he talks to Ed Harris. Yes, great scene. Yes. I think I know what you're on about. Local hero. Local hero was Sean Connery. Oh, okay, so it's a shame because I got used to saying goodnight to my magical imaginary girlfriend next to me, but now I'll be up going to bed by myself, and you know, I'm not particularly looking forward to it because I don't get to say goodnight to a beautiful lady. That's a shame. I'll have to live with it. Oh, excuse me, everyone. Excuse me, everyone. Late. What time? We should be in bed. We should be in bed, everyone. Mona Lisa was an excellent film. Bob Hoskins is great in it. Yes. Yeah. And Long Good Friday with Helen Mirren. I think Long Good Friday was his breakthrough. Oh, do excuse me, sorry. So I best get to bed. I best get to bed. I wouldn't mind actually getting my head down for 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Yes, crikey, that's going back. So what I'll do is I'll say goodnight now. Maybe take a moment. Sorry for yawning. Take a moment to say goodnight to everyone. You know. Russell Brand did Arthur, right, fuck. I lost 50 quid on it. Fuck. There's 50 quid for you then, Justin. You want to bet? Of course. Russell Brand did Arthur. Who? You know who? Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. Who Dudley Moore played the original Arthur. Right. So I think the guy who does the who played Elton John, who does the Kingman, He may have been the new Alfie. Or who else? What other actors? Oh, or maybe Jude Law. Did Jude Law play Alfie? Welcome back, Matt. That's very kind of you. Yeah. Yeah. Mona Lisa came out in '86. How much? How much would you bet? How much would you bet, Lenny? How much would you bet if that's true? I just lost 50 quid, Lenny. I lost 50 quid betting Russell Brand did Alfie. Turns out he did Arthur. And I'm not talking about King Arthur. I'm talking about Arthur, who originally Dudley Moore done it. There you go. Welcome back, says, oh, thank you. So, yeah, thank you. But I'm not looking forward to having an empty bed after having, you know, spent a couple of nights sleeping next to what could well be argued as the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world. Yes, my magical imaginary girlfriend, an absolute stunner. Let me tell you, I'm a lucky man, mate. I'm a lucky man, and you know, and so she, as she reminds me. So it's very reciprocal. 50 quid, thanks, Matt. Don't tell Fanny Pest. I thought about that. I thought about that when I had to get the 50 quid out of my wallet. I bet you Elton's wigs, yes. Oh, come on. Jaws 4. I was a bit surprised Michael Caine appeared in Jaws 4. In fact, I wouldn't mind watching it again, actually. Doing a review on it, yeah. I'd like to do a review on it and see if what Lenny said was fair. Lenny's being cruel tonight. You should hear what he said about Ringo Starr at the start, mate. Brutal. There was one word that came to mind with Lenny talking about Ringo Starr, and that word is a brutal. Brutal, it was brutal. Lenny says Jaws 4 is shocking. Load of bloody rubbish. Yes, Jude Law played Alfie. It's been confirmed. Thank you. Shocking. I lost 50 quid. Of course, Jude Law. Shocking. Anyway, I hope everyone's had a good time. Thanks ever so much for jumping in. It's quite good because the average panned out that there was half people watching who weren't commenting, which is interesting. Ringo would agree with me. He is the luckiest bastard in that con job industry. Lenny, what's happened? What happened between you and Ringo? Because I tell you, Blad, something fucking has happened. I don't know whether he touched you up when you were a kid or something. You know, but, mate, whatever he's done isn't that bad. Well, of course, being touched up by Ringo Starr, of course, that would be bad. You know, and if he did ever touch you up, Lenny, of course, I'd recommend you went to the police straight away. But other than that, mate, you know, it's just a drummer in a rock and roll band who just so happened to be the most famous rock and roll band in history of British history of world music. Brian says, Jaws 4, never heard of it. Yeah, that was the one with of course, Michael Caine. And I think number 3 Jaws was Jaws 3D. I think Jaws was, I think Lenny may be able to confirm or deny. I'm willing to put another 50 quid on it. I'm willing to put 50 quid on the fact that Jaws 3 was one of the first 3D movies to come out in the cinemas. Check it, 50 quid. Lenny son, you would be a great film critic on your channel. Yes, Lenny. Good idea. Good idea, Lenny. Good idea. And you didn't have to ask ChatGPT. Chat Xing. Matt, no stop trauma. Jaws had a 3D gimmick. Correct. It's been confirmed. Nice. So I put 50 quid down saying that Jaws 3 was one of the first movies to have that 3D gimmick. Wonderful. Waste of 3D specs if you ask me. But I'll tell you what, Brian. Lewis and I watched Superman in 3D. Okay, and brilliant. Loved it. It just added a massive element to the movie. It was such a cool thing. So we thoroughly enjoyed watching Superman in 3D. Load of old rubbish then, horror films. That's the genre I used to love reading growing up, the horror. And I must admit, I do enjoy a bit of horror. I got to watch a bit of the newest Star Trek out on Paramount. You know, Outer Worlds or whatever it's on about. It's very good. Yeah, what you come to expect, really. Wasn't Jaws in Bond? Yes, he was. Good one, Justin. He was a great villain, wasn't he? Jaws in Bond. And what came first, Jaws or Jaws? I think Jaws came second, didn't he? When he bit through the cable with his metal teeth. Brilliant. Superman, well, he was born a superhero. That's different. I got AI to write a scenario in which all of Krypton came over. Because that's something, you know, there's a lot of creation stories that just don't make sense. And the end story for Krypton doesn't make sense. They should have listened to Kal-El and all went to Earth. And so I've got AI to write a couple of chapters. I'll do a bit of nudging. It's very good, actually. But you only got so much time in a day, haven't you? And I should really be in bed. So listen, I'm going to say goodnight, okay? I wouldn't mind actually laying in bed in 10 minutes' time. So I'll play out with a promotional thing. And I hope that you'll come back again. Okay? So, God bless. And good night. After this video, it'll be shut down. So, thank you everyone for watching.
I used to share my stories every night and day, but now I've hit a wall, can't find the words to say. There's a shadow over me, a silence I can't break. Courtroom chains have bound me, it's more than I can take. Silent storm raging in my soul, can't tell you where I've been, can't let the truth unfold. Silent storm, oh it's tearing me apart, a life in secret breaking my own heart. The roads I used to travel, the tales I used to tell, locked behind a door now, a solitary cell. I wish that I could show you the battles I have fought, but this silence keeps me captive to a world that I cannot. Silent storm raging in my soul, can't tell you where I've been, can't let the truth unfold. Silent storm, oh it's tearing me apart, a life in secret breaking my own
Hello dear world. My name is Matt Taylor and I am 8 years old, and when I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber.